Hello boys and girls, a very good evening and welcome to this live session on reasoning ability for the upcoming SBI exams. Now, like you all know, this is a session on reasoning ability where we are going to solve questions from different topics of reasoning from the view of revising these concepts, right? While you know that there can be many questions in reasoning from the topic of puzzles, circular arrangements, linear arrangements, floor-based puzzles, etc., where there is no definite solution, and the right strategy is to skip these questions and try only towards the end of the exam. But it's always good to practice, right? So we may have some questions of puzzles here today, and then other questions from syllogisms, coding and decoding, coded inequalities, etc. All right. So let's get started. I think you're already there. So let me present the first set of questions to you. Yeah, so I think we will start with a couple of questions from the topic of coded inequalities. You know that this is a very simple topic, and there's a definite way to answer the questions that we get here, right? You just have to follow those three golden rules that we have discussed, right? So let's get started. The first set of questions from coded inequalities are on your screen now. So different symbols have been given with their meanings here. You have a set of statements and a couple of conclusions. You have to find which of these conclusions are definitely true based on the given statements. So you have about a minute for this. Your clock starts now. Here we go. Look at the directions. In the following questions, the symbols asterisk, percentage, copyright, @ and whatever this means, eta if I'm not wrong, are used with the meanings as illustrated below. So this star or asterisk means A is greater than B, right? Just make a note of it. A is greater than B. Then second one, A percentage B means A is either greater than or equal to B. Either greater than or equal to B. Then A copyright B means A is smaller than B, right? This is going to smaller than or equal, so less than or equal to B. And the last one means A is equal to B. A is equal to B. Now what do we have to do? In each of the given questions, assuming the given statements to be true, find which of the two conclusions, 1 and 2. There are two conclusions here, right? Conclusion 1 and conclusion 2. So which of these two conclusions given below then are definitely true? So let's first of all convert these statements into meaningful statements. Here we have got some symbols in the notations, like Z copyright P would means what? Z is less than B, right? Z is less than B because copyright means less than, sorry, it's P here, not B, right? Z less than P. Let me write down the three statements first. Z is less than P. Then we have the next one, T eta M, which means T is equal to M. T is equal to M. And the third one, M percentage Z. Percentage means greater than or equal to. So M is greater than or equal to Z. Now we got to combine these three statements into one particular statement there, right? We can connect all these three parts here. So how do you think would it look like? See, T is equal to M. M here is connected to Z and Z is connected to P. So we can say T equals M greater than or equal to Z less than P. So that's the statement basically, right? Now look at the conclusions. M star Z. Star means what? Greater than Z, right? So basically M is greater than Z. Is M greater than Z? No. See, the given statement says M is greater than or equal to Z, right? Very clearly M is greater or equal to Z. But what is given here? It's just given as M is equal to Z. Can we conclude that M is equal to Z? No. M may be equal to Z, may not be equal to Z. Or sorry, can we conclude M is greater than Z? No. M might be greater than Z or equal to Z. So we cannot say M greater than Z is definitely true, right? Understand this. Which of these following are definitely true? So M greater than Z is false. I mean, it cannot be true. It cannot be definitely true. Next one is T percentage Z. Percentage is what? Greater than or equal to. So basically this means T is greater than or equal to P. T is greater than or equal to P. Is T greater than or equal to P? No. See, basically T is equal to M, right? So T and M can be replaced. So I can have T in place of M here. Now what does it say? T is greater than or equal to Z. Z is less than or equal to P. So between T and P, we have got dissimilar inequalities, right? We have got a greater than symbol and a less than symbol. Go by rule number, rule number 3. The moment you find dissimilar inequalities, you can conclude that the two variables cannot be compared. So here, T and P, or rather M and P cannot be compared, which means T and P also cannot be compared. So how do we see T is greater than or equal to P? T can be greater than P, can be equal to P, can also be less than P. So that is the reason conclusion number 2 also is false. So neither conclusion 1 nor conclusion 2 is true. Option 4 should be the answer. The next one here. So same data, you know the meanings already. Let's convert these statements. B at the rate P. So B is small or equal, right? Less than or equal to P. C star N. Star means greater than. So C is greater than N. And the third statement is P eta N. Eta is what? Equal to. P is equal to N. P is equal to N. So how do you connect these three? I think, how do you want to connect these three? Yeah, I think we can have the linkage to N here and the linkage to P here. So basically we can say P is equal to N in the middle. See, N is less than C. N is less than C. And P is greater than or equal to B. P is greater than or equal to B basically. Right? So the same meaning is conveyed here, right? B is less than or equal to P. P is equal to N. N is less than C. N is less than C. Now look at the conclusions. P copyright C. Copyright means what? Smaller than. Right? So P is less than C is conclusion number 1. And what is conclusion number 2? C star B. Star means greater. So C is greater than B. Now verify. P less than C. Is P less than C? Yes. P is less than C. See, actually N is less than C, but since N is equal to P, we can conclude that P is also less than C. N less than C is as good as P less than C. So P less than C is correct. Conclusion number 1 is correct. Conclusion 2, C greater than B. Is C greater than B? Well, if you read from right to left, C is greater than N. N is equal to P. P is greater than or equal to B. So we can conclude that C is greater than B. This is rule number 2 of coded inequalities. When you compare two distinct variables, whatever is common throughout the equation there can be taken as a relationship, right? Like I can simplify this further as B less than P less than C. Because P and N are equal, right? We can write any one of them. We can consider any one of them. So B is less than or equal to P. P is less than C. So now if you see from the right to left, C is greater than P and P is greater than or equal to B. So what is common? Greater is common, right? Just take greater as a relationship. So I can conclude that C is greater than B or B is less than C. C is greater than B or B is less than C. So 2 also is true. Which means what? Both 1 and 2 are true. Both conclusions 1 and 2 are true. Alright, so that's the simple set of questions from coded inequalities, and let me tell you, this is the way you solve questions from coded. In fact, you can cut down writing those steps after a while, right? You can avoid that. You can mentally, like at least for conclusions, you don't have to write P copyright C means P is less than C, C star B means C is greater than B. Just look at the symbol there, understand what is the relationship, and now compare that with the given statement, right? Anyways, the point I'm trying to make is coded inequalities is hands down the easiest topic that we have, and usually we get up to 5 questions on this topic, so you cannot afford to go wrong here, right? Very simple questions, very simple approach. Just make sure that you're perfect with it and apply it properly. Whatever be the format in which the questions are asked, it can be asked in the form of data sufficiency, it can be asked with symbols, it can be asked without symbols, it can be asked in the form of fill in the blanks, it can be in the form of true or false. Whatever be the case, the concept remains the same. The 3 rules to be applied remain the same, right? So make sure that you convert these to 5 marks, or whatever number of questions that you have, convert those to equal number of marks in the exam. Okay. Moving on, I think we have a question here on. Let's do a couple of syllogisms, right? It's been long that we have taken syllogisms, so let's solve a couple of questions on syllogs that would revise that whole concept there, and then we will take up some puzzles. Yeah. Okay. So the first question from syllogisms is on your screens here. Write out. Very, very important topic. You should perfect the concept here and practice as much as you can, right? High weightage in the exams, especially bank exams, and you can definitely convert these to marks. Okay, I think some answers have come in. Rohit says only 1. Vidyarajan says both follow. Sony says both follow. But then we have Prasitha who says only 1 follows. And then Niranjan and Swapna says both follow. Okay, let's take this up now. Here we go. So the question is on syllogisms. We have got two statements with two conclusions, and like you all know, what we need to do is find out which of these conclusions follow the given statements. So here we go, the first one here. What are the statements? All flowers are white, some white are beautiful. All flowers are white and some white are beautiful. Draw the basic diagram. All flowers are white. All the flowers are white, right? And some white are beautiful. Some white are beautiful. So all flowers are white. All flowers are encompassed by white. And some white are beautiful. So you can see there is some overlapping between white and beautiful here, indicating that some white are beautiful. This is the basic diagram. Okay, the basic diagram. Now look at the conclusions. The first one here. All flowers being beautiful is a possibility. Yes, very much. All flowers being beautiful is a possibility. One follows. All flowers can be beautiful, right? It's a possibility type. Remember, it's not a definite conclusion. It's a possible conclusion. It's a possibility type of conclusion, right? So can all flowers be beautiful? Yes. Let's see what the diagram would look like. You don't have to draw the diagram in the exam. I'm sure looking at these statements, since both are positive statements, you can conclude that another positive statement is possible without having to draw the diagram. But let's also look at it pictorially, right? So all flowers are white. All flowers are white. Can it be drawn like this? Flowers, and the same thing is white. And some white are beautiful. I can say all whites are beautiful. I mean, some of the whites are beautiful, but in fact all whites are beautiful. You're able to follow? All flowers are white and some white are beautiful can be represented by one set itself, right? The same set indicates flowers, whites and beautiful. Now if you look at this as a diagram, a possible diagram, all flowers being beautiful is possible. All the flowers are beautiful, right? All the flowers are beautiful. So first one is true. Second one, at least some white may not be flowers. At least some white may not be flowers. Now remember, we have discussed this a million times already. This is yet another time. At least some is as good as some. At least some and some are same. There is no difference. At least some is equal to some, right? So don't get confused with the word at least there. So some white may not be flowers. Some white may not be flowers. True or false? True. Some white may, again a possibility type of conclusion, right? May not, he says. May not indicates what? It's a possibility type. Right? It's a possibility type conclusion. It's not a definite type conclusion, right? It's a possibility type of conclusion. He says some white may not be flowers. Yes. If I look at the basic diagram, these whites are not flowers, right? Possible. It's possible. Right? It's possible. Yes or no? But then, remember the point. This is, be careful. May not has been used there. May not has been used there. Now, we have to be sure that it is not a definite conclusion. Only then you can conclude that it's a possible conclusion. Right? It can either be definite or it can be possible. It cannot be both at the same time. So here, in the basic diagram, you find that some white are not flowers. If I look at the same possible diagram that we have drawn earlier, some white may not be flowers is wrong, because here all the whites are flowers. So I can conclude that this is possible in some cases and not possible in the other cases. Meaning it's not definite. It's not definite. Hence we can say 2 also is true. Are you able to follow? Some white may not be flowers. Yes, these whites may not be flowers. Or I can draw another type of possible diagram where some whites are not flowers. Some whites are not flowers. So the point is, some white may not be flowers is a possibility type conclusion, and it follows. It follows the given statements. So your answer for this one should be both 1 and 2 follow. Both conclusion 1 and 2 follow. Moving on to the next one. Another question on syllogisms here. 3 statements and 2 conclusions. This also, I guess, was posted in the discussion forum and was left unanswered. So we're taking it up now. Here we go. Look at the solution. The statements here are: some dogs are cats, all animals are cats, all cats are whites. Right? So some dogs are cats, all animals are cats, all cats are whites. So I think we better start with, of course we have to draw the basic diagram, but better start with statement number 2 first. All animals are cats. All animals are cats. All cats are whites. All the cats are whites. And some dogs are cats. Some dogs are cats. We can say some dogs are cats in this way, right? Some dogs are cats. Or if you want it so this is the basic diagram. Nothing wrong with this. But otherwise, what you can do is you can also take it in this fashion. Let me just draw it in another way. This also is correct. Nothing wrong with it. but let me draw it in a way so that analyzing it becomes easier, right? So all animals are cats. All animals are cats. Some dogs are cats. Some dogs are cats. And then all cats are whites. All the cats are whites. I'm trying to avoid overlapping of whites and dogs to the extent possible. Yeah. So this is the basic diagram. You can just look at the statements again to see if we have followed it properly, right? Some dogs are cats. Dogs here and cats here, right? Some dogs are cats. All animals are cats. All the animals are cats, and all the cats are whites. So that's the basic diagram. Now look at the conclusions. Conclusion number 1. All those dogs which are cats are also whites. All those dogs which are cats are also whites. Of course, the moment a dog is a cat, it also becomes a white because all cats are whites. Remember, whenever I have all cats are whites, all A's are B's kind of a statement, wherever we have A, it can be replaced with B. So basically, I can write whites here directly. Since all the cats are whites, wherever you have cats, you can replace that with whites. So all those dogs which are whites are also whites. Yes, of course. I mean, I know it looks senseless after you replace cats with whites here because it reads all those dogs which are whites are also whites. Of course. The point I'm trying to make is if it is a cat, it is also a white because all the cats are whites. So the first one follows, right? Without even having to look at the diagram, the first one follows. Second one, all the animals may or may not be dogs. Now, may or may not again indicate that it's a possibility type of conclusion, right? It's a possibility type of conclusion. All the animals may or may not be dogs. Now, true or false? Possibility type. All the animals may be dogs, may not be dogs. All the animals may not be dogs. All the animals can be dogs, right? It's possible. You see, can we draw a diagram in which all the animals may be dogs? Yes. How do you draw that? For example, all animals are cats, it said. All cats are whites. Then it said some dogs are cats. Some dogs are cats can be drawn in this way also. These are dogs, let's say. Some of the dogs are cats. You see, only these dogs are cats. Not all the dogs are cats. Only the dogs which overlap with cats are cats. Some dogs are cats. Now, in this case, what do you find? All the animals may be dogs. All the animals have also become dogs, right? All the animals may be dogs. So, it's possible. It's possible that all the animals may be dogs, may not be dogs. So, all the animals may or may not be dogs. So, both 1 and 2 follow. Both conclusion 1 and 2 follow. Option B. So, I think 2 questions from Syllogisms there. We don't have more there. Let's now move on and take up a question on puzzle, right? These again, I guess, are from the discussion forum. So let's choose one puzzle here. Okay. So here is a puzzle. It's about 10 persons, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, Y, and Z, who live in a 10-floor building, 1 to 10, in such a way that the ground floor is marked 1 and the top floor is 10. Each of them was born on the same day of a different year from 1991 to 2000, and their ages are with respect to the year 2018, and they like different bikes among Hero, Bajaj, Honda, and TVS. So I think 3 different attributes there. It's a 10-floor building, number 1 to number 10. Now there are 3 things to be put up on each floor: the person, name of the person, the bike that the person likes, and the year in which the person was born, right? Now, from the view of it, it looks like a complex one. So if I am writing the exam, I would skip this for the time being, solve the remaining questions, and then come back. But you know, from the practice point of view, it's always good to try out such questions. It builds up your reasoning skills. So I'll leave you with this for at least 5 minutes. Let's see how many of you get it right. The question is on your screens now. Here's the question. 10 persons, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, Y, and Z, not necessarily the same order, lives in 10-floor building marked 1 to 10 in such a way that the ground floor is marked 1, above it is marked 2, and so on till the top floor is marked 10. Each of them was born on same day of different year from 1991 to 2000, and their ages are with respect to the current year, which is 2018. And they like different bikes among Hero, Bajaj, Honda, and TVS, not necessarily in the same order. Not less than 2 and not more than 3 persons like the same bike. So there are not 10 different bikes. There are only 4 types of bikes: Hero, Bajaj, Honda, and TVS. Minimum 2, maximum 3 persons will like the same bike. And then a lot of clues given to you. Let us see how many of you are able to crack this. Please try it out seriously. I'm sure you will come very close to the solution, or you may also solve it. Now, if you'll be able to solve it in 5 minutes or not is a question that we have to find the answer to, which only time can answer. So let's see how many of you are able to crack it in 5 minutes. All right, so the time is up, and looks like we have got a really complex one, because not even one of you have been able to crack it. I just hope I be able to do it when I try it in a few seconds from now, right? So presenting yet another puzzle. This was actually posted in our discussion forum, and we have picked it up from there. You know the context. It's a floor-based puzzle, 10 persons to be arranged on 10 different floors of a 10-floor building. Each person here has got a different age and likes a different bike, right? So let's get started. The question is on your screens now. See what it says. 10 persons, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, Y, and Z, not necessarily in the same order, lives in a 10-floor building marked 1 to 10 in such a way that the ground floor is marked 1, above it is marked 2, and so on till the top floor is marked 10. Each of them was born on same day of different year from 1991 to 2000, and their ages are with respect to the current year 2018. Yeah, so they were born in different years from 1991 to 2000. So of course 10 persons, 10 different years, 91, 92, 93, so on till 2000, and their ages are with respect to the current year 2018. Now you can make it out, right? If somebody was born in 1991, what will be his age in the year 2018? He'll be 28 years old. The one who was born in 1992 will be 27 years old. Likewise, the one who was born in 1995 will be 23 years old, and the one who was born in 2000 will be 18 years old. So there are different ages basically. And then they like different bikes among Hero, Bajaj, Honda, and TVS, not necessarily in the same order. Not less than 2 and not more than 3 persons like the same bike. So each of these bikes are liked by at least 2 and at most 3 persons. Not less than 2, not more than 3. So minimum 2 and maximum 3 persons can like a particular bike. And I think the next statement says persons liking the same bike doesn't live on adjacent floor. So 2 persons liking, let's say Bajaj, will not stay on adjacent floors. 2 persons liking Honda or TVS or Hero will not stay on adjacent floors. And from here onwards we've got clues. V, who likes TVS, was not born on or before 1996 and lives immediately below the one who was born in 1992, and so on. So let's get started. I think I need to create some space first of all. Yeah. Now the only risk I see here, of course, in the exam, I would not touch it. The best solution for this question in the exam is to skip it. Just skip and move to the next one. Right? That's the best way to crack this question, I would say. Right? Very limited space. I will try and convert all the English sentences into pictures here, and then try to fix those pictures in the puzzle. Right? Anyway, let's list down the floors first. Floor number, I'll do it from top to bottom. Floor number 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right? What do we have to mark? We have to mark the name of the person, the bike, and the year in which the person was born. Right? I only hope we don't have multiple possibilities, because space is a real constraint here. Okay. Okay, so the first clue, V, who likes TVS, was not born on or before 1996 and lives immediately below the one who was born in 1992. Now try to convert this sentence into a picture. V, who likes TVS, was not born on or before 1996 and lives immediately below the one who was born in 1992. How would you write it? I would write it in this fashion, right? 1992 is immediately above V, right? V lives immediately below the one who was born in 1992. So V is immediately below 1992. V likes TVS. V likes TVS, and his age is greater than 96, I can say. He was not born on or before, right? He was not born on or before 1996. So he was born in 97 or 98 or 99 or 2000. There are 4 possible values for V. 97 to 2000. It can be 97, 98, 99 or 2000. I'll say greater than 96. Right? Greater than 96 means it can be 97, 98, 99 or 2000. Right? And these two will be together. The one who was born in 92 and V will be together. They are neighbors basically. Right? Moving on. Next clue. One who lives on floor number 9 was born in 1991. Okay, this is what I like. One who lives on floor number 9. Direct information, right? Was born in 1991. So floor number 9, let's fix. 1991. 1991. Year is already known. But neither likes TVS nor Honda. Now floor number 9 would not accommodate TVS or Honda. It cannot take TVS or Honda, right? Let's say HDA is Honda. Okay. So floor number 9 will not have TVS or Honda. The one who likes TVS lives on even numbered floor and was born in 1995. Now you need to pay attention. See, we already know that V likes TVS. And the statement here says the one who likes TVS lives on an even numbered floor and was born in 1995. Now does not mean that this guy was born in 1995. V was born in 1995. I'll tell you why. Because the bike TVS can be liked by at least 2 persons, right? At least 2 and at most 3 persons. So it need not be this person who was born in 1995. It could be some other TVS liking fellow also, or some other fellow who likes TVS. You're getting my point? So don't append 1995 to V here. And of course, anyway, you can see that V is greater than 96, so 1995 cannot come here. But even otherwise, let's assume for the sake of argument, this was not given. 96 was not given, and we only knew that V likes TVS. And the statement now tells that TVS was born in 1995. So you cannot say V was born in 1995 because there are multiple people liking TVS. So that has to be a different statement, right? TVS lives on even numbered floor and was born in 1995. Let me write it. So I think 1995 will go with TVS who lives on an even numbered floor. What are the even numbered floors possible? 2, 4, 6, 8 or 10. Okay. Difference in the age of W and U is 4 years. Do we know W's age? No. Do we know U's age? No. So difference in the age of W and U is 4 years. Write down W minus U is equal to 4. You know what minus means, right? Ages. And the one who was born in 2000 lives immediately above the one who likes hero. 2000 is immediately above hero. So you can write it now. 2000 is immediately above hero. That is another piece that we need to fix. Right? This is the next box. 2000 and hero will be in this fashion. Y lives on an even numbered floor at a gap of 2 floors from V. Y lives on an even numbered floor at a gap of 2 floors from V. Who here refers to V, who was neither born in 91 nor lives on ground floor. Now try to write this pictorial. Y lives on an even numbered floor. Y lives on an even numbered floor. So what are the even numbered floors? 2 or 4 or 6 or 8 or 10 with a gap of 2 floors with V. You understand? Between Y and V there will be 2 floors. Y lives on an even numbered floor at a gap of 2 floors from V. And remember, Y and V can interchange their positions. It's nowhere given that Y is above V. Y could be above V or V could be above Y. So that double-headed arrow there indicates that their positions can be swapped. Of course, when Y comes down, the floor numbers also will come down, right? I mean, you cannot just say V and then say V belongs to 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. It is for Y basically. So Y lives on an even numbered floor at a gap of 2 floors from V, who was neither born in 91 nor lives on ground floor. Now this fellow V was not born in 91 and he does not live on first floor. He does not live on first floor. That's what we know about V. And we also know that V likes TVS, by the way. See, actually, V was not born in 91 is a redundant statement. Because we already know that V was born after 96, right? In one of the earlier statements, we knew that V was born after 96. So we don't really have to worry about V being born after 91 or was not born in 91. Yes or no? Who was neither born in 91? Yeah, V was not born in 91 because it's given that V was born after 95, after 96. Somewhere it was given. V likes TVS. The one who, where is that? V who likes TVS was not born on or before 96. So it's a redundant information. But what is useful here is V does not live on first floor. V does not live on first floor. Next. So by the way, if V does not live on first floor, yeah, but Y can still come on fourth floor. See, Y and fourth floor, V cannot come on first floor, but V can come on seventh floor. You understand? Between Y and V, there should be a gap of 2 floors. That's what I was trying to verify. I am in a real space constraint today. Let's see if I can accommodate everything here. The one who was born in 94 likes Honda and lives on an even numbered floor at any floor above Y. The one who was born in 94 likes Honda and lives on an even numbered floor at any floor above Y. So 94 is Honda. 1994 is Honda and lives on which floor? Even number floor. So too many even number floor possibilities here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, all are possible so far. Right? And lives above Y. This person lives above Y basically. Right? He lives above Y. So the one who was born in 94 likes Honda and lives on even floor above Y. Number of persons living above. See, the fact that we know 94 born person lives on an even number floor and he also lives above Y, we can conclude that Y does not belong to 10th floor. Can Y belong to 10th floor? Y cannot belong to 10th floor now. Because if Y is on 10th floor, the person person who was born in 94 should be above 10th floor. Do we have a floor above 10th floor? No. Yes or no? We don't have an even floor above 10th floor. Likewise, the person who was born in 94 cannot be on second floor. Because if he is on second floor, Y should be below second floor, right? Below second floor, there is only first floor available. But first floor is not an even numbered floor. So this is how you eliminate the possibilities. Out of 5 possibilities, one is eliminated for 94 and one is eliminated for Y as well. You getting it? Move on. Number of persons living above the one who was born in 97 is same as the number of floors below W's floor. This also is useful information. Number of persons living above the one who was born in 97 is same as the number of floors below W's floor. So whatever is the count above 97 is same as the count above 1997 is equal to the count below W. This is one piece, very very important piece. The number of floors above 1997. This is my way of writing it. You can have your own notation, right? For me, arrow means above 1997, downward arrow means below W, equal to means the number of floors above 97 is equal to the number of floors below W. That's my understanding, right? So that's how I've written it pictorially. Right? Next point. R was born in 1991 and lives at a gap of 2 floors from S, who likes Honda. R was born in 1991. R was born in 1991 and lives at a gap of 2 floors from S, who likes Honda. Hey, R was born in 1991 is immediately on floor number 9, right? Because 1991 is fixed for floor number 9. So R can be fixed here. Yes or no? R was born in 1991 and lives at a gap of 2 floors from S. See, if R lives at a gap of 2 floors from S, obviously S cannot be above R because there is only 1 floor available above R. So S should be below R. So 1, 2, S will come in 6th floor. Yes or no? R was born in 91, lives at a gap of 2 floors from S. There is a gap of 2 floors between R and S. Who likes Honda? S likes Honda. S likes. Y who neither lives immediately below or above of the one who was born in 1991, nor he likes Honda, lives immediately below one who likes Bajaj. Y is immediately below Bajaj, it says. Okay, what is told? First of all, Y who lives neither immediately below or above of the one who was born in 91. See, we already know who was born in 91. R was born in 91 and R is on 9th floor. He says Y neither lives immediately below or above of 91. Y will not be below 91 or above 91, which means Y cannot come on 10th floor or 8th floor. Y cannot come on 10th floor or 8th floor. Y cannot come on 10th floor or 8th floor. Nor he likes Honda. Y does not like Honda. Y does not like Honda. Lives immediately below one who likes Bajaj. Y is immediately below Bajaj. Y is immediately below Bajaj. You have to write that now. How do you write it? Where do you write it? Y is immediately below Bajaj. So Bajaj and Y will be together. And Y does not like Honda. Y does not like Honda, remember. You get it? Y, nor he likes Honda, lives immediately below the one who likes Bajaj. I can also conclude that Y does not like Bajaj now. How do we know that? How do we know that Y does not like Bajaj? Because, see, one of the earliest statements was person liking the same bike does not live on adjacent floor. We know that Bajaj and Y are on adjacent floors. If Bajaj and Y are on adjacent floors, Y cannot be liking Bajaj. So Y would either like Hero or TVS. Y does not like Honda. Y also will not like Bajaj. Will be Hero or TVS. Anyway, Z, who was neither born in 1999 nor before 1996, lives on an odd number floor. Okay, finally we have got someone living on odd number floor, which is Z. But Z was neither born in 1996 nor before Z was neither born in 1999 nor before 1996, lives on an odd number floor. See, Z was not born before 96. So Z was born after 97. Z was not born before 96. So Z was born after 96. Z was not before 96. So it was after 96 basically. After 96 we have only 4 years, 97, 98, 99 and 2000. And he was neither born in 1999. So what are the possible years for Z? 97, 98 or 2000. Yes or no? So we can now conclude that Z was born in either 97 or 98 or 2000. Because Z was not born in 1999 and he was not born before 96. So there are only 3 possibilities for Z. And he lives on an odd number floor. What are the odd number floors? 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. These are the possible floors for Z. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Okay, I am already out of space because I have to try other things here, and there are few more clues available. P, who was neither born after 95 nor he likes Bajaj, lives on even number floor at a gap of 2 floors from Q, who likes Hero. Okay, then Y lives immediately above or below U. Y lives immediately above or below U, who is 20 years old and likes TVS. This is interesting. I think the maximum usage here is for Y. Many things are given with respect to Y. You see, Y has come here, Y has come here, right? Y has come here. 3 mentions of Y already. So we should focus on finding out the floor for Y. That will help a lot of fixations, right? Bajaj and Y, Y and V, 94 and Y. And again, one more thing about Y, right? Y lives immediately above or below U, who is 20 years old. So U is 20 years old and likes TVS. So Y is immediately above or below U. Who is 20 years old and likes TVS. So first of all, let's talk about U. U is 20 years old. I think U is 20 years old. So U was born in which year? See, in 2018, if somebody is 20 years old, that person should have been born in 98. So U was born in 98. Can I conclude that U was born in 98? Yes. Let me write down here. U was born in 98. Yes or no? Why am I saying 98? Because it says U is 20 years old. In 2018, 20 years old, meaning U was born in 98. And U likes TVS. I'll write down here itself, guys, because I don't have space there. So basically this is for U. U was born in 98 and likes TVS. And Y is immediately above or below U. So Y and U are together. I can write it in this fashion. Y and U can interchange their positions, but they are together. Y and U are together, right? Y is either above U or below U. See, the moment I know U's age, can I also find out W's age? Difference between W and U. Somewhere it was given difference actually, not minus. Difference in the age of W and U is 4 years. If U is 98, W should either be 2002 or 1994. But 2002 is not possible because they were born between 1991 to 2000. Yes or no? They were all born between 1991 to 2000. So if U is 98, W cannot be 2002 because 2002 and 1998 the difference is 4. 2002 is not possible, which means W should be 1994. W will be 94. So this part is done now. This statement is done already. W minus U is 4 indicates that W was born in 1994. So we can say that this 1994 Honda guy is actually W. You see, now these two are connected. This is done already. I am connecting W with 1994. W was born in 1994. He likes Honda. He lives on an even number floor. Right? Anyway, I am back to this statement here. Y lives immediately above or below U, who is 20 years old and likes TVS. And only 2 persons like Honda. So Honda is liked by only 2 people. Remember that. Honda is liked by only 2 people. We already know that W likes Honda. We have to find out the other person who likes Honda. Next, W does not live on topmost floor. W does not live on topmost floor means W cannot come on 10th floor. Right? Then Z was not born in 97. Okay. See, we already had 3 possibilities for Z. Either 97 or 98 or 2000. He says Z was not born in 97. So this is eliminated. So Z was born in 98 or 2000. P was not 23 years old. See, P was not 23 years old means P was not born in 95. Yes or no? P was not born in 95. I'll write it here. P was not born in 95. Because somebody who was born in 95 will be 23 years old now. But it says that Yes or no? Somebody who was born in 95 will be 23 years old in 2018. And the last statement says P was not 23 years old, which means P was not born in 95. Okay, and one more statement that we did not mark actually is P, who was neither born after 95 nor he likes Bajaj, lives on an even number floor at a gap of 2 floors from Q. So basically P and Q have got a gap of 2 floors. And P lives on an even number floor. So 2 or 4 or 6 or 8 or 10. This statement is also done. P, who was neither born after 95. See, if somebody was not born after 95, he was born before 95. If it is not after 95, it should be before 95. Before 95 are, what are the possible years? 1991, 1992, 1993, 1994. Yes or no? 91, 92, 93 or 94. Out of that, we already know that 91 was R. So P can either be 92 or 93 or 94. There are only 3 possibilities for P. And 94 is also W. So P can be either 92 or 93. There are only 2 possibilities for P. Yes or no? P is either 92 born or 93 born. Why is it so? Because we know that P was not born after 95. He was born before 95. Before 95 there are only 4 years. 91, 92, 93, 94. 94 is for W. 91 is for R. So P should be 92 or 93. And P lives on an even number 4. Next is, so P was neither born after 95 nor he likes Bajaj. P does not like Bajaj. I am writing everything about P here. P does not like Bajaj. Okay, P does not like Bajaj. He was 92 or 93 and even floor. He lives on an even floor at a gap of 2 floor from Q. At a gap of 2 floor from Q. At a gap of 2 floor from Q. And Q likes hero, by the way. Q likes hero. Remember, Q likes hero. Q likes hero. See, I'm not trying to write anything in this space because if I get 2 possibilities, it will become very difficult. So I think all the statements we have read so far, right? All the statements we have read so far, and we have got these pictorial representations. Let me now try to fix it in the arrangement here. By the way, let me already mention to you guys that don't go by the length of the explanation. You might already be wondering that, it's taken so much of time just to read it. Yes, because I was explaining it to you, right? If I had to mark these points myself, I would do it rather fast, right? I'll not talk so much. So please do not go by the length of the explanation. It definitely is a long question. It will take more than 5 minutes maybe to solve. And then there's no shortcut. So have patience, please. Now let me find out the best thing that can be marked here, right? On the floor or on the building, we only know that 6th floor is S Honda, 9th floor is R 1991. And like we discussed already, Y is the one who's mostly repeated. So let's try and fix Y. Where can Y come? 2, 4, 6 or 8. 2, 4, 6 or 8. But see, we already know that Y cannot come on 8th floor. We have marked here, right? Y does not live above or below 1991, somewhere it was given. So Y does not belong to 8th floor. So 8th floor is also ruled out for Y. Already for some reason 10th floor was ruled out. Now 8th floor is also ruled out. Now, can Y be on 2nd floor or 4th floor or 6th floor? Y cannot be on 6th floor also because 6th floor is blocked by S. Y cannot be on 6th floor. So there are only 2 possibilities for Y, either 2nd floor or 4th floor. Either 2nd floor or 4th floor. If we can eliminate one of these 2, I think we'll be in a very good position. Likewise for W Honda, see this statement here, W 1994 Honda, 6th floor is ruled out, right? 6th floor is S. 6th floor is ruled out. 10th floor is possible, 8th floor is possible. 10th floor is also not possible because W does not live on 10th floor, we know. You see W, here we have marked that W cannot belong to 10th floor. So W does not live on 10th floor. So W belongs to either 4th floor or 8th floor. 4th floor or 8th floor. What else can be eliminated? Likewise for TVS 1995, I think 6th floor can be eliminated because 6th floor is already blocked. Yeah. So TVS 1995 can be on 2nd floor, 4th floor, 8th floor, 10th floor. Okay. Now what else can be done? I'm just trying to find out the best thing that can be put up on the diagram. See, immediately we can start with 2 possibilities, Y on 2nd floor or Y on 4th floor. We can take Y on 2nd floor in one case, 4th floor on the other case and try everything out, but I'm trying to find out if that also can be eliminated. Is there a way we can eliminate that? I think Z does not belong to 9th floor because 9th floor is blocked by R. So Z does not belong to 9th floor. Can Z be on 1st floor? Yes. Can he be on 3rd, 5th or 7th? So far, yes. Y, suppose Y is on second floor. I'm just trying to visualize this. If Y is on second floor, there should be a gap of 2 floors between V and Y, right? So Y is on second floor, meaning V would come on 5th floor. Okay. If Y is on 4th floor, V cannot come on 1st floor, we already know. Then V should come on 7th floor. Yeah, so there are two. Both are possible for V. Can we do something about this? W. Where will W come? W, number of floors below W is equal to number of floors above 97. What are the possible floors for W? We know that W will either belong to 4th floor or 8th floor. So if we take W on 4th floor, how many floors are below W? 3 floors. So how many floors should be above 97? 3 floors. So then 97 will belong to 7th floor. And if you take W on, let's say, 8th floor, then 97 should belong to 3rd floor. That also is possible. So I think I would do one thing in that case now. Let me try both the possibilities, case number 1 and case number 2. So that it does not look clumsy further, I am trying to draw a table which you can avoid in the exam. Here's the table, right? So I will repeat whatever has already been fixed. 1990, oh sorry, 10th floor is also there. I forgot 10th floor, sorry. Yeah. So I'm just cleaning up this part, yeah. So let me duplicate case number 1 first of all. 1991 and R are on 9th floor, and S and Honda are on 6th floor. Now I'm trying with this one. Y either belongs to 2nd floor or 4th floor. So in one case I will take Y on 2nd floor. Here I am taking Y on 2nd floor. In the other case I will take Y on 4th floor. In this case I am taking Y on 4th floor. Sorry, Y on 4th floor. Are you able to follow? Y on 2nd floor or Y on 4th floor. So this is done. 2nd floor, 4th floor, both the possibilities has been considered. Accordingly, put V now. If Y is on 2nd floor, where will V come? 2 floors gap, right? So 3rd floor and 4th floor is gone. V comes on 5th floor. If Y is on 4th floor, where would V come? See, V can either come on 1st floor, but we know that 1st floor is not allowed for V. So V should then come on 5th and 6th can be gap. V can come on 7th floor. Yes or no? There should be a gap of 2 floors. So if Y is on 2nd floor, V comes on 5th floor. If Y is on 4th floor, V comes on 7th floor. V can also come on 1st floor here, but 1st floor is not allowed for V according to this point. So this is done. We have already used this part, right? This can be crossed now. I mean, we have done, consider both the cases. Do we know anything else about V? Yes. We know that V likes TVS. So put that V likes TVS. V likes TVS. V likes TVS and V was born after 1996. Anyway, V likes TVS and V is immediately below 1992. Yes or no? This box indicates what? V is immediately below 1992. So V is here. V is immediately below 1992 means S was 1992. In this case, whoever comes here on 8th floor will be 1992. Yes or no? So V is immediately below 1992 is also done. Do we know who was born in 92? No, we do not know that. Yeah. What else do we know about V? Anything else do we know about V? Okay. Now that we have fixed Y, I think we can fix W also, because we know that W was born in 1994. He likes Honda and W is above Y, either on 4th floor or 8th floor. So in case number 1, W can still come on 4th floor as well as 8th floor because both are above Y. But in case number 2, since Y is already on 4th floor and W has to come above Y, the only possibility for W is 8th floor. So W should be coming on 8th floor. W should be coming on 8th floor. Yes or no? In case number 2, if you see, we know that W should come above Y. Above Y, the only floor available for W is 8th floor. But 8th floor is already 1992 and we know that W was born in 1994. So case number 2 is wrong. We already got case number 2 eliminated. This is wrong. Case number 2 is wrong. Are you able to follow? Sorry. Are you able to follow? Case number 2 is ruled out because W comes on 8th floor according to case 2, which is already blocked by the 92 born person, and we know that W was born in 94. But still case number 1 has got both the possibilities for W. W can be 4th floor or can be 8th floor. See, W cannot come on 8th floor according to case 2, but W can come on 8th floor according to case 1. Yeah. ठीक है. What else is there? the one who was born in 1995 likes TVS, and he's either on second floor, 8th floor, 4th floor, or 10th floor. Oh, I think I can use this point also. No, Bajaj is immediately above Y. Bajaj is immediately above Y. I did not use this point. Bajaj is immediately above Y, meaning Bajaj comes on 3rd floor. At least one Bajaj comes on 3rd floor, right? Bajaj was immediately above Y, or Y was immediately below Bajaj. And Y does not like Honda. Remember, Honda cannot come here. Honda cannot come here. This is with regards to case 1 itself, right? Honda cannot come in this space. So if Honda cannot come, and Bajaj also cannot come here, because Bajaj and Bajaj cannot be neighbors. So Y will either like Hero or he will like TVS. Y either likes Hero or TVS. Keep that in mind. Okay. We know that Y was immediately above or below U. That also we know. Y was immediately above or below U. Yes or no? We know that Y was immediately above or below U. So Y can either, U can either come on 3rd floor or U can come on 1st floor. But I know that U likes TVS. Look at this. U was born in 1998 and U likes TVS. So can U come on 3rd floor? No, because 3rd floor person likes Bajaj. So U cannot come on 3rd floor. U has to come on 1st floor. So this point is also fixed, that Y and U were together. And now I know that U likes TVS, so I can put TVS here. And U was born in 1998, so I can put 1998 here. Now look at it. We know that Y does not like Honda. And since Bajaj and TVS are immediate neighbors of Y, but Y cannot like Bajaj or TVS also. So Y should like Hero. There is no other choice for Y. Yes or no? I cannot put Bajaj here because of immediate neighboring positions. Similarly, I cannot put TVS here, and Honda cannot come there because Y does not like Honda, we know. So it should be TVS. It should be Hero. Y likes Hero. So what all is done? I think Y and U neighbors is done. This part of U is done. Yeah. Now try to fix W. W either comes on 4th floor or 8th floor. Still both are possible, right? W comes on 4th floor, 8th floor. What about P? We know that P comes on an even number floor, right? P, according to you, this one, we already know that P is either 92 or 93. So let's forget about this, not 95, right? P is 92 or 93 born. And P cannot be 92 born, by the way, because 92 is already S. Yes or no? According to case 1 that we have got so far, 92 belongs to S. So P has to be 93. P has to be a 93 born person. Yeah. P is a 93 born person, that is confirmed. P does not like Bajaj, that also we know. P can be 2nd, 4th, 6th, 8th or 10th floor. But 2nd floor is blocked by Y, so P cannot be 2nd floor. 6th floor is blocked by S, so P cannot be 6th floor. P can be 4 or 8 or 10. P can be 4, 8 or 10. Okay. There's something with respect to P, right? P and Q will have a gap of 2 floors between them. So let's try. If P is on 4th floor, Q should either come on 1st floor, which is blocked by U, or Q should come on 7th floor, which is possible. So P on 4th floor, Q on 7th floor is possible. If you take P on 8th floor, where will Q come? Q should come after a gap of 2 floors, right? So Q cannot go above, it should be below, right? These two can be interchanging, by the way. Okay, so that's what was given, right? P lives at a gap of 2 floors from Q. Yeah. So you see, 4 or 8 or 10 are possible for P. If P is on 4th floor, Q has to come on 7th floor. If you take P on 8th floor, what happens? If P comes on 8th floor, Q has to come on 5th floor, but 5th floor is already blocked by V. So Q cannot come here, which means P cannot come on 8th floor. And if you take P on 10th floor, then Q comes on what? 7th floor. Now the point to be noted, guys, is there are 2 possibilities for P, either 4th floor or 10th floor. But in either case, Q will be on 7th floor. If you take P on 4th floor, Q comes on 7th floor. If you take P on 10th floor, even then Q comes on 7th floor. So I can at least fix Q now. Q comes on 7th floor. Yes or no? And Q likes Hero, we know. You see, Q likes Hero. We had marked this, right? So I can fix Hero here. I'm not sure about P, but Q is fixed. Q is on 7th floor and likes Hero. Yeah. Now this TVS has to be fixed, right? 95 wala TVS. Who was born in 95? We do not know. But 95 wala person likes TVS. He was 2nd floor, 4th floor, 8th floor, or 10th floor. Now TVS cannot be 2nd floor because 2nd floor is Hero. Can TVS be 4th floor? No, TVS cannot be 4th floor because 5th floor is TVS. You know, 2 TVS cannot come together. 2 TVS cannot come together. So TVS is ruled out for 4th floor also. Can TVS be on 8th floor? TVS can be on 8th floor. Can TVS be on 10th floor? Yes, TVS can be on 10th floor also. So 8 or 10. TVS will be 8th floor or 10th floor. Now, if you go back, Z cannot be 98 also. Why can Z be 98? Because U is 1998, right? We have already got U as 1998. So Z cannot be 1998. Z has to be 2000. So it's clear now. Z has to be in 2000. And what are the floor numbers for Z? 1, 3, 5, 7. But 1 is already blocked by U. 5 is blocked by V. 7th is blocked by Q. So out of the possible floor numbers for Z, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. 1, 5, 7 and 9 are ruled out. So Z should belong to which floor? 3rd floor. Z belongs to 3rd floor. And Z was born in which year? 2000. So this also is fixed. So this part is done. Z was born in 2000. He is on 3rd floor and he likes Bajaj. Anything else is there with respect to Z? There is no other clue with respect to Z. And if you see this is also automatically verified. 2000 and Hero are together, right? You see 2000 and Hero are neighbors. 2000 is above Hero. We have already got that. Actually, this is redundant if you strictly see. We have already got 2000 above Hero without using this statement. So I can say this is not required. Anyway, close it now. 2000 and Hero is closed. Yeah. What else is left? So this is verified. This is done. Z is done. TVS 1995, you know, 8th floor or 10th floor. V 1992 is done, right? V 1992. Yes. And V was after 96. What are the years after 96? 97, 98, 99 and 2000. 98 and 2000 are gone. So what is the possible year for V? See, V was greater than 96. Greater than 96 is 97, 98, 99 and 2000. But 98 is for U, 2000 is for Z. So V should be 97 or 99. V should be 97 or 99, right? One of these two. V should be 97 or 99. Yeah. V should be 97 or 99. It can come. Okay, now I think what I would want to try is this particular piece. W1994 Honda. This is important. W1994 Honda. It can be 4th floor or 8th floor, we know, right? W can either be on 4th floor or 8th floor. That's what we know. W can be on 4th floor or 8th floor. Now, there is another information with respect to W. That the number of floors below W should be equal to number of floors above 97. So, for example, if you take W on 4th floor, how many floors will be below W? 3 floors. So, above 97 also there should be 3 floors. So, which means 97 should come for Q. 97 should come for Q, which is possible. Okay. But if you take W on 8th floor, if you take W on 8th floor here, how many floors are below W? 7 floors are below W. So how many floors should be above 97? 7 floors should be above 97. Which means 97 should come on 3rd floor. But 3rd floor is already blocked for 2000. Are you getting the point, guys? I am using this possibility of W on 4th floor or 8th floor in combination with this one. If W is on 4th floor, there will be 3 floors below W. So there should be 3 floors above 97. So 97 come in 7th floor. There will be 3 floors above 97. Possible. W cannot be taken on 8th floor because the moment you take W on 8th floor, there are 7 floors below W. Which means there should be 7 floors above 1997. And for that to happen, 1997 should come on 3rd floor, which is not possible. Which means W cannot come on 8th floor. W has to come on 4th floor. So fix. W is on 4th floor. We know that W was born in 1994. And we also know that W likes Honda. Yes or no? And with this, the 2 Honda cases are also done. We already knew that there are only 2 guys who like Honda. So Honda is closed now. Honda cannot be applied anymore. We have already got 2 Honda guys. Only Hero, Bajaj and TVS are available for the rest of the guys. So W1994 Honda is fixed. And W has also come above Y if you see, right? Now fix this. If W is on 4th floor, Y should be on which floor? If W is on 4th floor, 1997 should be on 7th floor. This is 1997. So verification can be done, right? 3 floors above 97, 3 floors below W. Done. Yeah. Now, where will Yeah, now what else is there? I think all these statements have been used. I know it's looking very clumsy here, but I can't help it. There is no space. For the lack of space, it will look like this. Now only two persons are left out. Who are those two persons? I think P can be fixed now. We had two possibilities for P, 4th floor or 10th floor, but 4th floor is blocked by W. So P cannot come on 4th floor. P has to come on 10th floor. P comes here on 10th floor. P we know was born in 1993. And which bike does P like? We do not know. But we know that P does not like Bajaj. Bajaj cannot come here. Yeah, Bajaj cannot come here. Fine. Remember, Bajaj cannot come there. So all the persons have come except P, Q, R, S, U, V, W, Z, T, except T, right? So I think T can be taken on 8th floor. T is the one who comes on 8th floor. Do we have any information with respect to T? Nothing about T, is it? Okay, we do not know anything about T, but T's floor is fixed, 8th floor. Now, what else is there? Okay, this point. We know that there are two possible years for V, right? V was either 97 or 99, but 97 is blocked for Q. So V cannot be 97, V has to be 99. Yes or no? V has to be 99. So this is 1999. Yeah. Now, we also know that 1995 and TVS together will come either for 8th floor or 10th floor. But 10th floor is 1993. So 1995 cannot come on 10th floor, which means 1995 had to come on 8th floor. 1995, and this is TVS. If you see, we have already got 3 TVS bikes. 8th floor TVS, 5th floor TVS, 1st floor TVS. So TVS is also closed. Because maximum there can be only 3. Not more than 3 persons can like the same bike. So TVS is closed. Now only Hero or Bajaj is left out. If you observe, we know that P does not like Bajaj. If P does not like Bajaj, P has to like Hero. Is Hero closed now? Hero is also closed. Hero, Hero and Hero. 3 heroes have come. Hero is closed. Only Bajaj is left out. So the only bike that R can like is Bajaj. So all the bikes are done if you see. 1, 2 and 3 heroes. 1, 2 and 3 TVSs. There are 2 Bajajs and there are 2 Hondas. Right? All the persons are also done. P, R, T, Q, S, V, W, Z, Y, U. Years are also done except this one. And whatever is left out can come for Y. Yeah. 91 is gone. 92 is gone. 93 is gone. 94 is gone. 95 is gone. 97 is gone. 98 is gone. 99 is gone. 2000 is gone. So 1996. Why should like 1996? Yes or no? Done. That's the final answer. I think everything has been ticked right, which means everything has been verified. TVS 1995, this also is done. P 1993 is done. Does not like Bajaj is also done. Yeah. So I think that's the final answer. Let me just put it in a green colored box to highlight the final solution. So from floor number 1 to floor number 10, this is a sequence. The sequence of years is 98, 96, 2000, 94, 99, 92, 97, 95, 91, 93. The sequence of persons is U, Y, Z, W, V, S, Q, T, R, P. And the sequence of bikes is TVS, Hero, Bajaj, Honda, TVS, Honda, Hero, TVS, Bajaj, Hero. I'm sure answering the questions attached with this is not going to be a difficult task at all. That's a cakewalk. But arrangement would take some time. So in my view, a complex question may need more than 5 minutes. I think it will definitely need more than 5 minutes. So it would be smart if you skip this in the exam, right? Skip it and just move forward. All right. Shall we also move on to the next question now? I think we have spent a lot of time, almost half an hour. Suni says if I write the exam, I'll be left with time. Don't think so. Let me tell you, I have also written these exams. It's not that I have not written it. I mean, I cracked it. That's a different story. But I was never left with time. That's always a problem. The only thing is I was always happy that I could choose the questions wisely. And I think that's what you should aim for, right? You're not there to solve all the questions. You're there to solve as many questions as possible in that limited time. So I'm always happy looking at these puzzles, right? Because I know the solution is skip, chodo and aage badho. So leave it, and I'm like done. 5 questions done in 0 seconds. And you never know, under pressure, you may not be able to crack it. Chalo, let's move on. I think we'll take up the next question now. Should we take up some data sufficiency questions? Yeah, I think we have few data sufficiency questions. So let me present those to you, and then we will end with one more puzzle. Shall we? Cleared all of you? Okay, here we go. So the question here is on data sufficiency, and as usual we have each question which consists of a question and 2 statements number 1 and 2. You have to decide whether the data given in the statements are sufficient to answer the question. Read both the statements and choose the most appropriate option. And you know the options, right? Option 1, if both together are not sufficient. I mean, be careful here, the options seem to be shuffled, right? Answer will be 1 if both together are not sufficient. Answer will be 2 if 1 alone is sufficient. Answer will be 3 if 2 alone is sufficient. Answer will be 4 if either 1 or 2 is sufficient. And answer will be 5 if both 1 and 2 together are necessary. Okay? So, first question here. 4 friends I, J, K and L are seated around a circular table. Some are facing the center while some are facing outside the center. Which direction is K facing? Now, it's a circular arrangement with only 4 persons, 4 friends, I, J, K and L. The challenge is some are facing center and others are facing outside. We need to find out what direction is K facing. So, let's look at it. Statement number 1. K sits second to the left of L. Now, it's obvious that in a 4 persons arrangement, when K is second to the left of L, they will be seated opposite to each other. You can write out 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the 4 positions. K sits second to the left of L. Let's assume L sits here. L sits here. Now, what is left of L? We do not know. Left of L could be clockwise or anti-clockwise depending on his direction. But either ways, K would come on this position only, right? First and second or first and second. Either side, the second position from L turns out to be this. Basically, they'll be opposite each other. So, K sits second to the left of L, fine. K sits on the immediate right of J. K sits on the immediate right of J. Now, K sits on the immediate right of J. Obviously, J would either come here or here. But can we find out where is J exactly seated here? No. Because it says K sits on the immediate right of J. I can take J here. Right of J has come out to be clockwise, which means J is facing outwards. Or I can put J in this position. Let's say J dash. Right of J comes out to be anti-clockwise, which means J is facing center. So basically I cannot decide the exact position of J. And even if I decide the exact position of J, I will not be able to answer the question because it says which direction is K facing. Can you tell me which direction is K facing? No. Direction of K is not known. Even if you take both the cases separately, J on this side or that side, all you would know is direction of J. But direction of K cannot be found using statement 1 alone. So 1 alone is not sufficient. 1 alone is not sufficient. Now, smartly you should know that the moment we say 1 alone is not sufficient, option 2 is ruled out and option 4 is also ruled out. Because option 2 says 1 alone is sufficient and option 4 says either 1 alone or 2 alone is sufficient. Right? So let's say even if you have to do a guesswork, do it between 1, 3 or 5. So this is with respect to statement 1. Now let me try statement 2. What is statement 2? J sits on the immediate right of K. J sits on the immediate right of K. I is an immediate neighbor of both K and L. How do you do this? Let's take 2 circular arrangements 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. See, what do we know? I is an immediate neighbor of both K and L. What are the possibilities? Let's say I sits here. He's an immediate neighbor of both K and L. It could mean KIL or LIK. Are you able to follow? Both are with respect to statement 2. The point is, I is an immediate neighbor of both K and L means I is between K and L. So it can be KIL or LIK. We cannot talk about directions here because nothing is given with regards to directions. Next statement says J sits on the immediate right of K. It's obviously that J comes here. J comes here. But then we know J is on the right of K. Now try and understand. Right of K here is clockwise. When is the right clockwise? When the person is facing outwards. So K is facing outwards. But in this possibility, right of K is anti-clockwise. When is the right anti-clockwise? When the person is facing center. So the point is, statement 2 alone, while it gives us the direction of K, both the possibilities are coming out. K facing outwards is there, K facing inwards is also there. So is statement 2 alone sufficient? No. 2 alone is not sufficient. 2 alone is not sufficient. Now there is only one possibility. I mean, there are only 2 possibilities. You have to go for combination. Combine both 1 and 2 together. and see if both together are sufficient or both together are not sufficient. Now combine. Even if you combine, what happens? See, if we combine both the statements, what happens if you combine both the statements? Let me just do one thing. I'm erasing this possibility of J here, because that we could not fix, right, last time. I mean, from statement 1. So let me remove that. So from statement 1, what did we get? This is a combination, let's say 1 and 2 together, right? So 1 says K is second to the left of L. K is second to the left of L. Now whether left is clockwise or anti-clockwise, we'll figure out. K sits on the immediate right of J, we do not. No. J sits on the immediate right of K. J sits on the immediate right of K. I is an immediate neighbor of both K and L. Even if you combine, what happens? I is an immediate neighbor of both K and L. I can come here or here. J sits on the immediate right of K. J can come here or here. K sits on the immediate right of J. Are you able to follow? The important point is J's position. You can take J here. K sits on the immediate right of J. Right of J is clockwise, which means J is facing outwards. J sits on the immediate right of K, meaning K is facing also outwards. K is facing inwards, because right of K has come out to be this one. But the other thing is also possible. There is other possibility. What is the other possibility? L is anyway fixed here. This is a combination of 1 and 2. K comes here. Now, it says, let's say if you take J here, it says what? K sits on the immediate right of J. Right of J is anti-clockwise, means J is facing center. And J is on the immediate right of K, which means K is facing outwards. So in one combination, I mean when you combine both 1 and 2 together, either K can be inwards or K can be outwards. Both are possible. Still both are possible. I mean, see, don't again go with the idea that it's going to take so much of time in the exam, because we are discussing in detail, it's taking a lot of time. But you know that even if you combine both of them together, nothing is conclusive. J facing inwards, K facing outwards is possible. Both will be right to each other. J facing outwards, K facing inwards is possible. Even then both will be right to each other. So I cannot find out the exact direction of K. Both the possible directions are applicable here. So even the combination does not give you the answer. Hence option 1 is the answer here. The data in both statements 1 and 2 together are not sufficient to answer this question. Alright? Moving on. Here's the next question. Try this out. Got it? Chalo, let's take it up. Here we go. Is Q the father of R? Is Q the father of R? So the question is on blood relations. We have to establish if Q is the father of R. M is the mother of R and S. U is the only sister of R. See, you don't have to draw a family tree always, right? I mean, you can visualize this whole family here, right? M is the mother of R and S. U is the only sister of R. So meaning R, S and U are siblings. U is the only sister of R, meaning U is the only sister of R and S, right? And here what is important is the gender of Q, not the gender of R. We don't have to worry about R's gender. Is R the son or daughter is not required. So far we know that M is the mother of R, S and U. T is married to S, doesn't matter. T is married to S or not doesn't matter, because it's in the siblings. I am focusing on Q. T is the daughter-in-law of Q. So it's actually important. T is married to S. T is married to S. So this is a married couple. T and S is a married couple. T is the daughter-in-law of Q. See, we know that M is the mother of S. M is the mother of S. So if you look at it, M is the mother of S. S is married to T. And T now he says is the daughter-in-law of Q. Meaning T's husband's parent is Q. And obviously if one parent M is mother, the other parent Q has to be father. So Q is the father of S. If Q is the father of S, Q is also the father of R, because R and S are siblings. Yes or no? M is the mother of R and S. Q is the father of S. So of course Q is the father of R as well. So is Q the father of R? Yes. Statement 1 alone is sufficient. Right? Statement 1 alone is sufficient. Statement 2 alone, let's check. Now remember, in data sufficiency, never mark the answer without verifying both the statements. All those who mark option 2 immediately may end up going wrong, because it is possible that even 2 gives you the answer. So be careful. Hold your horses, verify statement 2 and then only come to a conclusion. So statement 1 gives us the answer. Statement 2. Q has only one daughter U. U is the sister of R and S. S is the son of M. T is the daughter-in-law of M. Now in the whole statement here, while you can visualize the family tree, the only thing you can visualize is Q and M are the parents of U, R and S. But between Q and M, who's the father and who's the mother cannot be established. See, here we got to know the gender of Q. In statement 1, we could figure out the gender of Q because the gender of M was known. M was mother. And since Q and M were married to each other, we could say that if M is mother, Q has to be father. That's how we could conclude. Is Q the father of S? Yes was the answer. Q is the father of S. So statement 1 alone is sufficient. But in statement 2, Q has only one daughter, U. U is the sister of R and S. Again means the same thing. Q, R and S are siblings. And their parent is Q. One parent is Q. S is the son of M. Remember, S is the son of M does not mean that M is the father of S. M could be the father of S, M can be the mother of S. Both are possible. So the only thing that we can figure out from the first 3 parts here is that Q and M are married to each other and their children are S, U and R. These are the children. And T is the daughter-in-law of M. T is the daughter-in-law of M. Okay, so T is married to one of these 3 persons. But is the gender of Q known to us? No. Gender of Q cannot be established from statement 2 alone. And unless we know the gender of Q, we cannot answer this question. Is Q the father of R? I don't know. Don't know is the answer. Why is don't know the answer? Because Q gender is not known to us. So is statement 2 alone sufficient? Not sufficient. So what should be our answer? Only one alone is sufficient. Option 2. Now you can mark option 2. Only one alone is sufficient to answer the question, while the data in statement 2 alone is not sufficient. Clear? Next question. Here's the next one. Try it out. Okay, here's the next one. See what it says. 6 people are sitting in 2 parallel rows containing 3 people each in such a way that there is an equal distance between the adjacent persons. In row 1, we have A, B, C who are seated and all of them face south. In row 2, M and P are seated and all of them face north. Who amongst A, B and C faces P? So basically he's talking about 6 people who are seated in 2 parallel rows containing 3 people each. So 1, 2, 3 in one row, 1, 2, 3 in the other row. In row 1, we have A, B, C who are seated and all of them face south. So this is A, B, C row, all of them face south. The other one is M and P row and they are facing north. Now who amongst A, B, C, among these guys, who amongst A, B and C faces P? Who's opposite to P is the question, right? Let's find out. Statement 1. What is the data given in statement 1? A faces the one who sits on the immediate right of P. A is not an immediate neighbor of C. Now try to put this in the arrangement, right? A faces the one who sits on the immediate right of P. A is not an immediate neighbor of C. See, if we try to find the position of A here, A should be an extreme person. A should either come on the leftmost corner or the rightmost corner. A cannot be in the center. Why can't A be in the center? Because if A is in center, he will definitely be the neighbor of C. The statement says A is not an immediate neighbor of C. Anybody who is in center will be the neighbor of both the other persons, right? Here is A is not a neighbor of C. So if A comes here and C comes here, only then they will not be immediate neighbors. Or C comes here and A comes here, only then they will not be immediate neighbors. So one thing is for sure, that B comes in the center. Neither A nor C can come in the center, because the moment A or C come in the center, they will become the neighbor to the other person. So B is in the center. Right? Now if you see, A faces the one who sits on the immediate right of P. Can A be in this position? No. Because if A comes here, A is facing this person. Who sits on the immediate right of P? P has to come here. See, right of P. Remember, the bottom row guys are facing north. So right will be towards right, left will be towards left. The top row guys are facing south. So right and left will get interchanged. Now A faces the one who sits on the immediate right of P. That is possible. If A comes here, then mean P has to come here. P comes here, immediate right of P is this person, and A faces that person. But can P come here? No, P cannot go out of the arrangement. Which means A cannot come here, A has to come here. And P has to come here. See, A faces the one, A is facing this person, right? Who's on the immediate right of P? A is facing this person who's on the immediate right of P. Now, the question is, who amongst A, B and C faces P? Who faces P? B is facing P. Am I able to figure this out? Am I able to figure out who's facing P? Yes. How? Using statement 1 alone. So statement 1 alone is sufficient. Statement 1 alone is sufficient. Right? So now I can say 2 alone is sufficient. Is not the answer. Both 1 and 2 together are not sufficient is not the answer. Both 1 and 2 together are sufficient is also not the answer. Answer should either be only 1 alone is sufficient or either 1 or 2 alone is sufficient. So let's say if you're running out of time, only 5 seconds left, you know that in 5 seconds you cannot verify this. So in those 5 seconds you should realize that 1, 3 and 5 cannot be the answers. Because the moment 1 alone has given you the answer, combination is not allowed. You remember combination, both statement 1 and 2, combination is to be done if and only if individually the statements fail to give you the answer. But here, statement 1 alone individually has given you the answer. So combination is not required. Right? Combination is not required here. So 1 and 5 are ruled out because of that, and 3 is ruled out because 3 says 2 alone is sufficient. I know that 1 alone is sufficient. So how can you say only 2 alone is sufficient? Now go for statement 2. Only one person sits between M and N. Only one person sits between M and N. Obviously that person has to be P, right? Because one person has to sit between M and N. That person has to be P. So I can say P sits in the center. Now is it MNP, MPN or NPM? We don't know. But only one person sits between M and N. Right? The one who faces B sits on the immediate left of N. The one who faces B sits on the immediate left of N. See, can N come here? Can N come here? No. Because if N comes here, what is immediate left of N? Immediate left of N is this side. But is there a position available here? No. The one who faces B should be on the immediate left of N. Can N come here? No. If N comes here, immediate left of N will be 1/4 position, which is not available at all. So N has to come here and M has to come here. So from the first part, when we know only one person is between M and N, we know that P is in the center because M and N are corners. And from this part, that somebody is on the immediate left of N, it is clear that N is on the rightmost position. N cannot be on the leftmost position. Accordingly, M can be positioned. Now, the one who faces B sits on the immediate left of N. The one who faces B sits on the immediate left of N. Immediate left of N is this. And this person faces B. Immediate left of N is P and that person faces B. Again, I know that among A, B and C, B faces P. Are we able to find out the answer? Yes. How are we able to find the answer? Using statement 2 alone. So what's the conclusion? Either 1 alone or 2 alone can be giving you the answer. So option 4 will be the final answer. Either in statement 1 alone or in statement 2 alone, we can get the answer to this question. Clear? Yes, so that closes these 3 questions on data sufficiency. Very interesting ones. One had a circular arrangement, one had blood relation, the other one had linear arrangement, right? So be careful and you will be able to answer these questions easily. Data sufficiency in my view is an important topic. It's only a way of asking questions. Question from or any topic can be asked in the form of data sufficiency. So you'll be able to answer a question of data sufficiency on circular arrangements only if you know the concepts of circular arrangements. You will be able to answer a question of data sufficiency on linear arrangements only if you know how to do linear arrangements. Likewise, you'll be able to answer a question of data sufficiency on blood relations only if your knowledge of blood relations is clear. So it's like another way of asking a question from any given topic, right? And if your concepts are clear, you will be able to crack data sufficiency easily. Okay. Let's take a puzzle, huh? We solved a very long one by the way today. That TVS, Honda, Hero and Jupiter, or what was that? Bajaj. That took a lot of time, but worth it. Let's take up another puzzle. I think I see something very interesting here about persons in 3 different rows. 3 rows. We usually have 2 rows. Here we have got 3 rows. So let's all try it out. The question is on your screen here. In a cinema hall, 9 persons A to I are sitting and facing towards the screen. There are 5 seats in each of the 3 rows. Equal persons are seated in each row and some points given to you here. Try it out. I'll leave you with this puzzle for maybe 5 minutes. Let's see how many of you are able to crack this one. Very interesting and a different type. We have not seen or solved such questions in the past. Alright guys, time is up. Let's discuss this now. here we go. So here's an interesting puzzle which says, in a cinema hall, 9 persons A to I are sitting and facing towards the screen. There are 5 seats in each of the 3 rows. Equal persons are seated in each row. Persons are seated in each row. So basically he's talking about a cinema hall where we have 9 persons A to I who are seated and facing towards the screen. There are 5 seats in each of the 3 rows. So if you assume that this is the screen, here is the screen, right? There are 3 rows of 5 seats each. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seats. You're able to follow. This is row number 1, row number 2, row number 3. All of them are facing towards the screen, right? But there are only 9 persons. So if you observe, out of total 3 times 5, 15 seats, only 9 seats are occupied. Remaining 6 seats are empty. Equal persons are seated in each row. Now what does it mean? There are 9 persons. If equal persons are seated in each row will have 3 persons. 3, 3 and 3. So in each row, 2 seats are going to be empty. Right? Look at the points given here. Married couples must sit immediate next to each other. Keep in mind that married couples have to sit together. All the corner seats must be filled. All the corner seats. What are the corner seats here? This is the corner seat. This is the corner seat. This is the corner seats, and this is the corner seat. All the corner seats must be filled. Now all the corner seats, basically 6 corner seats. This is also a corner seats, by the way. In first row the corner seats have to be filled. In second row the corner seats have to be filled. In the third row also the corner seats have to be filled. Right? So obviously 6 seats are filled here like this. Out of the remaining 9 seats, 3 seats have to be filled. We have to figure out which 3 of these 9 seats are filled here. But the corner seats must definitely be filled. 1, 2, 3 and 1, 2, 3. Okay? And then clues have been given to us. B sits neither on the same row nor in the same column of A and C and so on. Yeah? So let's do one thing. I think we can try solving it here itself. Let me just redo the stuff here so that we can put the names. Okay, so basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? This is row number 1, row number 2, and row number 3. Right? Row number 1, row number 2, and row number 3. All the corner seats have to be filled. Keep that in mind. Next, look at this flow. So this point you have understood. Married couples must sit next to each other. All the corner seats have to be filled. Here's the point. Next point. B sits neither on the same row nor in the same column of A and C. A and C are married couple. Now A and C is a married couple means what? A and C have to come together. A and C have to come together. Now they can swap their positions. Remember, it can be AC or CA, but they have to be seated together. They have to be seated together. B is neither on the same row nor in the same column of A and C. What does it mean? For example, let's assume AC takes these 2 seats. A and C takes these 2 seats. So B will neither come in this row nor it will come in these columns where A and C have come. These are rows. Row 1, row 2, row 3. These are columns. Column 1, column 2, column 3, column 4, column 5. Right? Let me kind of write down here. C1, C2, C3, C4 and C5. Right? Columns. Column numbers and row numbers. Now H sits to the left of I but not immediately next. H is the wife of D. So another married couple is H and D. If H and D is a married couple, they should sit together. But again the same point, H and D can interchange their positions. See, they should be together, but is it HD or DH? That depends. And H sits to the left of I but not immediately next. H sits to the left of I but not immediately next. Now if you look at this part of the statement here, H sits to the left of I but not immediately next. H is the wife of D. What does it mean? H is on the left of I. See, H and D will be together. They will be in the same row. I also should be in the same row because it says H sits on the left of I. So it's clear that I also is in the same row as H and D. And H sits on the left of I. H sits on the left of I. Are you able to follow? So one row will have H. So basically I am saying H, D and I are in one of the rows. You know that in each row there will be 3 persons. H, D and I are going to be in one of the rows. Now which row is it? Is it row number 1, R1, R2 or R3? We do not know. Right? H, D, I will come in R1, R2, R3. We do not know. But H, D and I is one of the rows. Right? And remember,
in that row, definitely I has to be on the extreme right, because you know that all the corner seats are filled. All the corner seats have to be filled, right? Obviously, H and D will be taking, like for example, let's assume they are in row 1. H and D will be taking these two seats, either HD or DH. I has to come here. Even if it is row 2, H and D will be taking these two seats. Because if you put H and D here in these two, this corner seat will be left out. It will be empty. I will be coming here. So definitely H and D should be towards the left end of the row. H and D will be towards the left end of the row. I will be towards the right end of the row. Right? Next. C does not sit on any end of the corner seat. C does not sit on the corner seat. So basically C does not sit in the corner. C does not sit in the corner. Now try and understand. It's very clear. We had a confusion earlier, right? Is it AC or CA? It's very clear that it's going to be AC. In whichever row they come, it is going to be A and then C. Because C does not sit in the corner seat. C does not sit in the corner seat. Are you able to follow? Achha, it can still be CA also. Sorry, we cannot conclude that. See, if they are towards the left corner, for example, let's assume A and C will come in row 1. If they are towards the left corner, it will be A followed by C. If they are towards the right corner together, then it will be C followed by A, because C should not be the corner person. But we know that A and C are in one of the row. Who is the person along with A and C? We do not know. Let's say R1, R2, R3. We don't know which row they will come in, but A and C are in the same row because they are husband and wife and they should be seated together. And C does not sit in the corner. And on the same column of D, so wherever D comes, C will not come in that column. C and D cannot come in the same column. H does not sit on the first row. Okay. If H does not sit on the first row, row 1 is cancelled for these three guys. H, D and I will be in the same row, but they will not be in the row 1 because H does not sit in the first row. B sits ahead of H. B sits ahead of H, but not in the same column. B sits ahead of H, but not in the same column. So B should be ahead of H, meaning B should be, like for example, if H is in row 2, B will be in row 1. If H is in row 3, then B will either be in row 2 or row 1. B will be ahead of H, but not in the same column. F sits on the right end of the first row. Okay, this is the only piece which can be fixed directly. F sits on the right end of first row. So first row, right end is F. This is F. This is F. Sorry. This is F. Next, F sits neither on the same row nor in the same column of G and B. Now that F is fixed, this piece of information will be useful. F sits neither on the same row nor in the same column of G and B. Which means what? G and B cannot come in the first row because F is not in the same row as G and B. So since F has come here, G and B cannot come here. G and B cannot come here. Are you able to follow? G and B cannot come here. And G and B cannot come in this also. G and B cannot come in column 5 also. So G and B neither belongs to column 5. G and B neither belongs to column 5 nor row 1. Because F sits neither in the same row nor in the same column of G and B. D and G are sitting in the same column. D and G are sitting in the same column. D and G are sitting in the same column meaning what? D and G are in the same column like this. Like we know that A and C are together in the same row, H and D are together in the same row, D and G are in the same column. But again they can interchange their positions. D first or G first, we do not know. No one sits immediate besides of G and E. No one sits immediate beside of G and E. No one sits beside G and E. Means what? Nobody sits immediate beside of G and E means G and E are both corner positions. G and B both are corner positions. Okay, hold on. No one sits immediately besides G and E. It need not be corner position. It can be middle position also. Like for example, G and E can be in the middle and nobody sits beside them. Yeah. So we'll have to figure out. We'll keep that in mind. So I think one reading has been done. What we have marked so far is only F in the rightmost corner of first row. We know that G and B cannot come here and G and B cannot come in this column. We know that A and C is a married couple. H, D and I are in the same row where H and D is a married couple. They are either in row 2 or row 3. Right? And B, okay, I think this will help. B sits ahead of H. B sits ahead of H. B sits ahead of H. I can conclude that H does not belong to row number 2. Because if you see, if you take H in row number 2, B should be ahead of H, which means B should be in row number 1. But we know that B does not come in row number 1. Are you able to follow? B does not come in row number 1. B does not come in row 1, meaning H cannot come in row number 2. H cannot come in row number 2. Yes or no? H cannot come in row number 2. Because if H comes in row number 2, B has to come in row number 1. That's not allowed. So clearly H, D and I will be coming in the third row. It's clear. H, D and I will be coming in the third row. H, D and I will be coming in the third row. Now we already discussed and decided that I will be the extreme right in this row. I will be the extreme right in this row. Because the point made was H is towards the left of I. H is towards the left of I. H is towards the left of I. So I has to be the rightmost person. H can be coming anywhere. Right? And H and D is a married couple. H and D is a married couple. Yeah? So H and D will be taking these two positions. Now is H on the leftmost end or D on the leftmost end? You have to figure out. We know that B sits neither in the same row nor in the same column of A and C. Yeah, so if you observe now, we know that H, D and I will be taking row number 3. I can also conclude that B will be taking row number 2. Because we know that B cannot come in row number 1. It can come in row number 2 or row number 3. But row number 3 has no position for B since 3 persons are already marked there. So B should be coming in row number 2. B should be coming in row number 2. The fact that B comes in row number 2 tells us that A and C will be coming in row number 1. Because if you see, it says B neither sits on the same row nor in the same column of A and C. B neither sits in the same row nor in the same column of A and C. So wherever B sits, in that row A and C cannot come. And in that column also A and C cannot come. So if you observe, in row 2, A and C cannot come. Row 3 is already blocked. Row 2, A and C cannot come. So A and C have to come in row number 1. A, C have to come in row number 1. G and B cannot come. A and C can come in row number 1. And of course, since A and C is a married couple, they have to come together. Now, can they come together in these two positions? No. Because the corner positions have to be filled. So obviously, either A or C will come here. And the other person will come here. We know that C does not sit in the corner. C does not sit in the corner. So if C does not sit in the corner, C has to come here along with A. So A, C, F, row number 1 is done. Row number 1 is done. A and C is a married couple. They are seated together. C is not in the corner. F is here. Right? A, C, F is done. H, D, I will be coming here. Of course, we have to figure out whether D comes here or H comes here. Accordingly, H and D can be put in column 2. And now we can also figure out who comes in row number 2. See, from A to I, A, B, C, D, F, H and I are done. Who are left out? E and G are left out. Yes or no? And E and G will be coming in the second row. So A, C, F are in first row. A, C, F are all in first row. H, D, I will be in the third row. So B, E, G should be in the second row. B, E, G should be in the second row. Right? Now, if you also note, he's talked only about 2 married couples. We know that married couples will come together. And there are only 2 married couples that he has talked about. A and C and H and D. He says married couples must sit next to each other. So A, C will sit next to each other. H, D here will sit next to each other. B, E and G need not sit next to each other. So they'll be taking, of course, 2 of them will be taking these 2 extreme positions. The third person may come somewhere in the middle. Right? What else do we know? B sits neither in the same row nor in the same column of A and C. So B cannot come in these 2 positions. You see, B sits neither in the same row nor in the same column of A and C, meaning B cannot come in column 1 or column 2. B cannot come in column 1 or column 2. B should come either column 3, column 4 or column 5. We also know that B does not come in column 5. You're able to follow. B cannot come in column 1 since it is occupied by A. B cannot come in column 2 since it's occupied by C. And B does not come in column 5 as well. We already noted that. So B either comes here or here in one of these 2. C does not sit in the extreme corner. C does not sit on the corner seat, and on the same column of D. Okay, this is interesting. C does not sit on the corner seat and on the same column of D. C does not sit on the same column of D. C does not sit on the same column of D. Are you able to follow? C here does not sit in the corner and does not sit in the same column of D. So C cannot sit in the same column of D. If C is here, D cannot come here in this row, in this column. C and D cannot be in the same column. Now we know that H and D is a married couple. Since D cannot come here, D has to come here and H comes here. See, D and H. So C does not sit in the same column as D. Right? So I think row 3 is also done. Only row 2 is left out, B, E and G. Yeah. What do we know? We know that D and G are in the same column. Remember? Somewhere we had read this. D and G are sitting in the same column. D and G are sitting in the same column. So if D is here, G has to be seated here. Yeah, G has to be seated there. Now, so G, if you observe from among B, E and G, G is already marked in this corner. We know that B cannot come in this corner. We have already discussed this, right? B cannot come in this column. So B cannot come in this corner. So if B cannot come in this corner, who should come? E has to come in this corner. Right? So G is placed, E is placed. In the first corner, A, C, F, all three are placed. First row. In the third row, H, D, I are placed. Only person left out is B. Now where would B come? I think B should be coming in this position. Because it says no one sits immediate besides of G and E. No one sits immediate besides of G and E. Meaning B cannot come here because no one sits beside G. B cannot come here because no one sits beside E. So B has to come in the center. So that's the final arrangement. It's a completely different type of puzzle. There are 3 rows of 5 seats each. In each row there are only 3 persons. So it should be like this. In row number 1 we have A, C, dash, dash, F. In row number 2 is also done by the way. We have got G, dash, B, dash, E. In row number 3 we have got D, H, dash, dash, I. Important points are all the corners have to be occupied. Married couples have to come together. And then based on which row who can come, which row who cannot come. It's like Sudoku, right? B cannot come in this column. B cannot come in this column. B cannot come in this column. So B should either come in third column or fourth column. Similarly, G and B cannot come in first row. Right? So it's all about, it's like a case of Sudoku. You just have to fill in. And these are all empty seats. These are empty seats. You knew that 6 seats will be empty. These are the 6 empty seats. So that's the solution for this very interesting puzzle. Please do not go by the length of the explanation or the amount of time that we have spent here. I was not solving it, I was explaining it, right, as usual. So it of course takes longer. But when you do it yourself, or when I have to do it myself, I'll be doing it really quick, right? You just have to identify, you have to group them properly. See, I think the logic here is that if you can group 3 persons, if you know who comes in, which 3 persons come in first row, which 3 comes in second row, which 3 comes in third row, half the problem is done. And then based on, who cannot come in a particular column, who cannot come in a particular row, you can fix their positions, right? So with this question and puzzle, I think we will wind up the session today. Thank you all for joining us. It was a very interesting session in my view because 2 puzzles, then few questions on syllogisms, few from coding and decoding, coded inequalities, few on data sufficiency, which included a circular arrangement, a linear arrangement, and a blood relation question. So I think a lot of topics have been touched upon in this session, and the puzzles that we have taken up were very interesting. One was a very lengthy one, 10 floors, different bikes, different ages, and here is this 3 rows seating arrangement. Good. So I think that's the end of the session. Thank you once again for joining us. We will meet in the next session, which I guess is going to be a doubt clarification session on Saturday. Until then, keep practicing and do take very good care of yourselves. Bye.